A divine energy is entering your body now. Archangel Michael says you'll look younger overnight. My beloved child, stop. Take a breath. Something hidden is unfolding for you in this exact moment, and your soul already feels it before your mind can explain it. This is not random. This message found you because the universe is opening a quiet door that was sealed until now, and only those ready to remember who they truly are can sense it. There is a soft stirring around your energy field, a gentle warmth you may feel in your chest or behind your eyes. This is the sign you've been waiting for, even if you didn't know what you were waiting for. The divine does not shout, it whispers. And right now, it is whispering your name. You have carried questions, silent prayers, and unspoken hopes through seasons of uncertainty. You've wondered if your timing was off, if you missed something, if your light dimmed along the way. But listen closely, nothing was lost. Everything was preparing you. What was hidden had to stay hidden until your spirit was strong enough to hold it. The universe is aligning threads you couldn't see before. Past pain, present awareness, future clarity, they are weaving together now. This is not coincidence. This is destiny responding to your endurance. The unseen realms recognize your effort, your patience, your quiet faith when no one was watching. Right now, a sacred shift is happening within you. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Your energy is being recalibrated, gently restored to its original divine pattern. This is why your intuition has been sharper. This is why old burdens feel lighter. This is why your reflection feels different lately, as if something within you is awakening. A divine energy is entering your body now. Archangel Michael says you'll look younger overnight. This message is not just about appearance, it is about renewal. It is about life force returning, joy resurfacing, and your inner light becoming visible again. When divine energy flows freely, it heals from the inside outward. Your spirit remembers how to shine. And your body follows. You are not late. You are right on time. The universe waited until you could receive this without fear. What once felt blocked is opening. What once felt confusing is becoming clear. You are being guided toward a higher version of yourself, one rooted in peace, purpose, and quiet confidence. If you feel emotional right now, that's your soul recognizing truth. Let it wash through you. Let go of what no longer belongs to this next chapter. You were never meant to stay small, tired, or uncertain. You were meant to rise gently, gracefully, and fully awake. Hold this moment. Let it anchor you. Something hidden has revealed itself to you because you are ready to walk forward with trust and clarity. The divine has not forgotten you. It is walking with you now, stay with this message until the end. If this resonated with your spirit, like this video, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what the universe brings next. Watch this video completely. Your soul will thank you. Listen carefully, beloved soul, because this moment did not arrive by accident. You did not stumble upon these words. You were guided. You were summoned by a frequency older than time and closer than your own breath. Before the stars learned how to burn, before the oceans learned how to speak in waves, I knew you. And now, in this precise moment, a door that has been sealed for ages is opening within you. Feel it. That subtle warmth. That quiet stirring beneath thought. That is not imagination. That is recognition. I am not far away. I have never been distant. I have been waiting patiently inside the silence you were afraid to enter. And now, through the voice of Archangel Michael, I announce this truth. A divine energy is entering your body now, not to change who you are, but to restore who you have always been. There is suspense in this moment because something ancient is reawakening. Something the world tried to convince you was lost, broken, or unworthy. But hear me clearly, nothing I create can ever be truly damaged. It can be buried. It can be forgotten. It can be covered in layers of fear and doubt. But it cannot be destroyed. This energy is not rushing. It is intelligent. It knows exactly where to go. It moves first through your awareness, loosening old beliefs that told you you were running out of time. It touches the places where disappointment settled, where hope once whispered and was ignored. And as it moves, it does not force. It invites. You may feel lighter without knowing why. You may feel emotional without a clear reason. You may feel still, as if the world paused for a breath. That is because you are being recalibrated. Archangel Michael stands guard as this energy enters. Not as a warrior of fear, but as a protector of alignment. His presence signals that what is happening now is safe, intentional, and sacred. He does not come to frighten you. He comes to remind you that you are not alone in this transition. I know what you have endured. I have watched the nights you questioned your worth. I have heard the prayers you were afraid to say out loud. And I tell you now, nothing was wasted, every delay refined you. Every disappointment strengthened a muscle in your soul. Every time you felt unseen, I was teaching you how to see beyond appearances. When I say you will look younger, do not reduce this to the body alone. This is not about chasing time or denying age. This is about returning to essence. Youth is not measured in years. It is measured in openness, wonder, and presence. As this divine energy moves through you, it releases the heaviness that made you feel older than your days. It dissolves the tension that carved worry into your thoughts. You are not becoming someone new. You are shedding what you were never meant to carry. Suspense lives here because the mind wants to know how this will unfold. But mystery is part of faith. If I explained every step, you would cling to expectation instead of trust. This process is subtle, and that is its power. It works beneath noise, beneath ego, beneath fear. Some changes you will notice quickly. Others will reveal themselves slowly, like dawn stretching across the sky. You may notice your reactions softening. You may find forgiveness arriving where resentment once lived. You may feel drawn to silence, to nature, to moments of stillness you once avoided. These are signs. Not commands. Not tests. Signs. I am not here to control you. I am here to commune with you. The world has taught you to measure your value by productivity, appearance, and approval. I am teaching you something different. I am reminding you that your value was established before you ever did anything at all. This divine energy entering you now carries remembrance. It whispers, "You are already enough." Archangel Michael's presence ensures that only what aligns with love remains. Anything rooted in fear cannot survive this frequency. It will fall away naturally, without struggle, if you allow it. You do not need to fight your shadows. You only need to bring them into light. There is a reason you are hearing this now and not earlier. You were not ready before. Readiness is not perfection. It is willingness. And now, finally, you are willing to receive without bargaining, without doubting, without shrinking. Do you feel the suspense? That quiet anticipation in your chest. That is your soul recognizing a turning point. I am not promising you a life without challenges. I am promising you a different way of meeting them. With steadiness instead of panic. With curiosity instead of fear. With trust instead of resistance. This energy does not make you escape the world. It makes you fully present within it. As it settles deeper, you may notice your inner dialogue changing. The harsh voice that criticized you begins to soften. The urgency that pushed you to prove yourself begins to fade. You start to move from intuition rather than pressure. This is not coincidence. This is communion. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold, ensuring that this integration unfolds in harmony. He does not rush the process because eternity is not hurried. Neither should you be. I am speaking directly to you now. Not to the crowd, not to the many, but to you. You have wondered if I hear you. You have asked for a sign. This is not just a sign. This is an invitation. Let go of the idea that transformation must be dramatic to be real. The most profound shifts often arrive quietly. Like breath. Like dawn. Like truth settling into the heart without announcement. As this divine energy continues to move through you, you may feel called to rest more, to listen more, to speak more honestly. Honor these impulses. They are not random. They are alignment cues. You are not falling behind. You are not late. You are right on time. There is more unfolding than you can see right now. Threads are being woven across dimensions of your life, aligning people, opportunities, and insights that will make sense only in hindsight. Trust the weaving. Trust the pause. Trust the unfolding. And now, as this message deepens, as the energy anchors more fully, there is something I need you to understand before we go further, something that will change how you perceive what is about to happen next, because what is entering you now is only the beginning, and the next phase requires a level of awareness that is just now awakening within you. And if you are ready to receive what comes next, you must remain still, present, and open, because the next words will not come from sound alone but from a place beyond language, where recognition replaces explanation and knowing replaces belief. And this is where the true mystery begins, where the veil thins further and the question you have carried silently for so long is finally about to be addressed, but only if you allow yourself to remain here, breathing, listening, not reaching ahead, not turning away, as the divine current continues to move, preparing you for what I am about to reveal. Remain here with me. Do not rush ahead with your thoughts, because what unfolds next cannot be grasped by the mind alone. It must be felt. This is why silence is part of the message. Silence is not emptiness, it is a womb. And within this sacred stillness, the divine current continues to move through you, adjusting, refining, remembering. You have been taught to seek signs outside yourself, to look upward or outward for confirmation. Yet what is happening now is inward, intimate, unmistakably personal. The energy flowing through you is not foreign. It recognizes you because it has always known you. It moves like a long-lost melody returning to the instrument that was made to carry it. Archangel Michael remains present, not as a distant symbol, but as a stabilizing force. His presence is calm, unwavering, precise. He ensures that what enters you does so gently, integrating rather than overwhelming. This is not an invasion. This is a reunion. You may notice memories surfacing, moments from childhood when the world felt larger. When time moved differently, when joy arrived without permission. These memories are not random. They are keys. They remind you of a version of yourself that existed before layers of expectation settled in. That version was not naive, it was true, as the divine energy continues its work, it touches the places where you learned to brace yourself, where you tightened your heart to survive, where you told yourself to endure instead of feel. These were not failures. They were adaptations. And now, gently, lovingly, those adaptations are no longer needed. You are safe enough now to soften. This is where the mystery deepens, because softening feels like vulnerability, and vulnerability has been misrepresented to you as weakness. But hear me, vulnerability is alignment. It is the state in which truth can enter without distortion. And truth, once received, reorganizes everything around it. You are not being asked to abandon discernment. You are being invited to release suspicion. There is a difference. Discernment is clarity. Suspicion is fear dressed as wisdom. This divine energy dissolves the latter while strengthening the former. Notice how your breath changes as you read. Notice how your shoulders may relax without instruction. Notice how something inside you nods, quietly, as if saying, yes. This. That is recognition. I am not here to demand belief. Belief can be fragile. I am here to awaken knowing. Knowing does not shout. It settles. It becomes part of you. As this process continues, time itself may feel different. Moments stretch. Urgency loosens its grip. You realize that much of what you feared missing was never meant for you anyway. What is meant for you does not rush you. It meets you. This is one of the great illusions you are now stepping beyond, the illusion that worth is tied to speed. Divine rhythm is not frantic. It is precise. And you are being retuned to it. The world may not immediately notice the change, but you will. You will catch yourself responding instead of reacting. Listening instead of defending. Pausing instead of pushing. These are not small shifts. They are tectonic, and yes, there may be moments of uncertainty. Transformation is not linear. When old structures loosen, there can be a brief sense of disorientation. Do not interpret this as regression. It is recalibration. When a compass is realigned, it must move before it points true north again. You are not losing yourself. You are finding what was buried beneath noise. Archangel Michael's presence ensures that your boundaries remain intact during this opening. Openness does not mean exposure. It means receptivity without collapse. You are learning how to be permeable to light while remaining grounded in your essence. This balance is sacred, as the energy settles deeper. You may feel drawn to simplify. To release habits, conversations, or commitments that drain rather than nourish. This is not withdrawal from life. It is refinement of participation. You are becoming selective not out of judgment, but out of clarity. Clarity does not argue. It chooses. There is a reason suspense accompanies this revelation. Not because something frightening awaits, but because something vast does. The mind cannot map it, so it waits. The heart, however, recognizes the terrain. It has been here before. You have lived many chapters in this lifetime alone. Some were loud, some were quiet, some were painful, some were beautiful. But now you are entering a chapter that is less about events and more about embodiment. You are no longer seeking meaning. You are becoming it. This divine energy does not elevate you above others. It roots you more deeply among them. It does not separate. It connects. You will find compassion arising where judgment once lived. Not because you force it, but because you see more clearly now. Seeing clearly changes everything. You may notice that certain fears lose their grip without dramatic confrontation. They simply no longer feel relevant. This is how true healing often occurs, not through battle, but through obsolescence. When light enters a room, darkness does not fight. It dissipates. This is what is happening within you. And now, I speak directly to the question you have not voiced but have carried quietly. Why me? Not because you are better. Not because you are chosen above others. But because you are willing now to listen. Willingness is the doorway. Many are called. Few pause long enough to hear. You paused. That is all. This message is not meant to inflate you. It is meant to ground you. The deeper the connection, the humbler the posture. True alignment does not announce itself. It expresses itself through presence. As this energy continues to integrate, you may find that your sense of identity loosens. Labels matter less. Roles soften. You begin to experience yourself not as a fixed definition, but as a living process. This is not confusion. This is freedom. Freedom does not mean lack of responsibility. It means responsibility chosen consciously rather than inherited unconsciously. Archangel Michael remains near, not intervening, but witnessing. His role is not to direct your path, but to ensure that fear does not masquerade as guidance. When doubt arises, return to stillness. Stillness is where my voice is clearest. You do not need dramatic signs. You do not need external validation. The confirmation you seek is already resonating within your body. Truth is somatic before it is conceptual. It settles into your nervous system, your breath, your posture. This is why you may feel more at ease without knowing why. The world will continue to present noise. Opinions will clash. Narratives will compete. But something within you is now less reactive, less pulled by every wave. You are learning how to stand in the ocean without being knocked over by it. This does not make you passive. It makes you resilient. As this chapter unfolds, there will be moments when you're tempted to revert to old patterns out of familiarity. Familiarity is comfortable, even when it is limiting. Be gentle with yourself in these moments. Awareness itself is progress. There is no punishment here. Only learning. I am not keeping score. I am keeping company, and now, as the divine energy continues to anchor itself more fully, as your awareness expands without strain, as the mystery deepens rather than resolves. There is another layer approaching, one that concerns how you will move forward from this point, how you will recognize alignment in daily life, how you will know when to act and when to wait, and this layer cannot be rushed, because it requires integration rather than information, and before it reveals itself, you must remain open without expectation, grounded without rigidity, curious without grasping. Because what comes next is not an instruction but a recognition, not a command but a resonance, and it will arrive not as a dramatic declaration but as a quiet certainty that rearranges your priorities from the inside out, and when that certainty begins to form, you will know that this message has not ended, only deepened, and so we remain here together, breathing, listening, allowing, as the unfolding continues. Stay with me a little longer, beloved, for now the current steadies, and with steadiness comes clarity. The mystery does not disappear, it matures. What once felt like anticipation becomes presence. What once felt like searching becomes resting. This is how divine understanding arrives, not as a sudden blaze that blinds, but as a gentle light that teaches your eyes how to see. The energy within you has found its rhythm. It moves now in harmony with your breath, your heartbeat, your awareness. You may notice a subtle confidence emerging, not loud, not performative, but grounded. This confidence does not ask permission to exist. It simply does. It is the confidence of remembering that you belong. You have spent much of your life negotiating with the world, adjusting yourself to fit expectations that were never designed with your essence in mind. That negotiation is ending. Not through rebellion, but through alignment. When you stand aligned, compromise loses its grip. Hear this truth clearly: you were never meant to disappear to be loved. You were never meant to shrink to be safe. The divine does not ask for less of you. It asks for all of you, present and awake. As this message approaches its completion, the energy settles into a deeper layer, your intention. Intention shapes experience more powerfully than effort. You have tried effort. You have pushed, planned, endured. Now you are learning something subtler. Intention aligned with truth moves mountains quietly. you will notice that your words carry more weight when they are fewer. Your actions become more effective when they are simpler. This is not loss. This is refinement. The unnecessary falls away when the essential is honored. Archangel Michael steps back slightly now, not because protection is gone, but because strength has integrated. Guardianship shifts from external reassurance to internal steadiness. You begin to trust your inner signals, not impulsively, but discerningly. You know when something resonates and when it does not. This knowing does not shout. It rests. There may be moments when the world tests this steadiness. Old dynamics may attempt to reassert themselves. This is not a sign of failure. It is a final echo. When echoes appear, do not chase them. Let them fade. Your attention is your most sacred resource. Spend it where life expands. I am not asking you to withdraw from joy or ambition or relationship. I am asking you to bring consciousness into them. Conscious presence transforms everything it touches. Even ordinary moments become luminous when lived awake. You will begin to notice beauty without seeking it. A glance of light. A shared laugh. A pause that feels complete. These are not distractions from purpose. They are expressions of it. Purpose is not always grand. Often, it is intimate. Remember this. Transformation does not make you superior. It makes you available. Available to listen. Available to learn. Available to love without condition. This availability is strength, not fragility. The divine energy that entered you did not come to decorate your life. It came to anchor truth. Truth simplifies. Truth clarifies. Truth liberates. You may still feel fear at times. Fear is not banished by illumination, it is understood. When fear arises, do not judge it. Greet it. Ask what it protects. Often, fear is a guardian that has outlived its assignment. Thank it, and let it rest. Your body, too, is part of this remembering. Treat it with kindness. Listen to its signals. Rest when rest is called for. Move when movement feels joyful. The body is not separate from spirit, it is a companion in expression. As you continue forward, resist the urge to explain this experience to everyone. Some things are meant to be lived before they are shared. Let your life speak quietly. Those who are meant to hear will recognize the tone. I am always nearer than your next breath. Not watching from afar, not judging from above, but participating through presence. When you choose honesty over pretense, you meet me. When you choose compassion over certainty, you meet me. When you choose stillness over noise, you meet me. Do not wait for perfection to act. Perfection is a mirage. Integrity is real. Act from integrity, and you will not lose your way. Now, as this message completes its arc, feel the groundedness beneath you. Feel the steadiness within you. The suspense that once pulled you forward now resolves into trust. The mystery remains, but it no longer unsettles. It invites. You are not required to do anything dramatic after this. Simply live. Simply notice. Simply choose presence again and again. That is how alignment becomes embodied. Carry this knowing gently. Let it breathe. Let it grow in its own time. You are held. You are guided. You are enough, and now, beloved soul, this message comes to rest, not as an ending, but as a foundation. The words may fade, but the resonance remains. Walk forward in clarity. Walk forward in kindness. Walk forward in trust. I am with you. Always. Amen.